What many people love about New York are the streets and avenues that create a grid on which some of the world's iconic architecture can be found. The Pier at 61st and 5th, the UN headquarters at 42nd and 1st, and the Morgan Library at 37th and Madison. From above, the modern metropolis that is Beijing is anchored at the center by the Forbidden City, built in 1420 and for 5 centuries home to the Son of Heaven or Emperor of China. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th ring roads run circles around the imperial residence, creating a pattern of loops that connect and mobilize 21 million people. But long before the ring roads, a network of ancient lanes called hutongs had played a central role through Chinese history, from the emperors to the revolutionaries and beyond. Hutongs were first recorded in the Yuan dynasty, so we know they've existed since at least the 1200s. Narrow, magical, but unassuming, they are the heart of neighborhood life even today, with fruit stalls and convenience stores dotted around and beautiful red doors behind which you may find another alley leading to another community. And that's what's so fascinating about them. Those doors are sometimes the gateway to a siheyuan, a courtyard house with an open square space in the middle, bordered by 4 sides of rooms, and the template for historic residences, palaces and temples, mainly in Beijing. The spatial layout mirrors Chinese philosophy and its teachings on order, balance, and coexisting with the natural world around us. Siheyuan are also a reflection of history. Some still retain their original purpose as single-family dwellings, like the residence in Beijing where King Sihanouk of Cambodia lived for many years. But nowadays, many of those spaces are occupied by multiple families and generations, all living under 4 roofs but with one shared courtyard. The Prince's Trust, a UK charity founded by the Prince of Wales, has taken an active interest in the future of these structures and the role they play in their communities, helping to restore Shijia Hutong in Beijing. Today, Shijia now has its own museum, preserving the stories and experiences of people who lived in its homes for centuries. Amongst them, the writers Chen Xiying and Ling Shuhua, who lived at number 24, where they hosted artists and intellectuals, including the Indian poet Tagore. Traditions don't need to be traded off for progress, and in recent years, the city has begun to realize the treasure it has, giving these buildings and lanes special preservation status. There are whole neighborhoods that exist today, their beautiful architecture and gardens sitting quietly amongst the contemporary spaces around them. This is old and new Beijing, and the hutongs and siheyuan are a reminder that sustainable living begins by looking behind us and reimagining what we see for the present and the future. I am James Chau, you're watching The China Current. Follow us on social media at The China Current.